I got a table change. First reason is because many people knew who I was at that table, and the second is because I wanted to get a better table footage, and hopefully this table is softer than the other. First hand in this table, I'm in the big blind with pocket jacks, 3 limpers, small blind completes. I'm gonna raise here. On situations like this, I'm usually gonna go with twice the size of the pot, making a little bigger or a little smaller depending on how fragile is my hand and how often players in position are gonna call me. So I raise to 50, under the gun calls, small blind calls as well, so 3 players see the flop. Flop is great, I'm losing mostly to set of 10s, or if under the gun is low playing a pair of queens, kings or aces, which from what I'm perceiving of him is pretty unlikely. Small blind checks, I'm gonna see bet, of course. I see bet $90, little more than half pot. Only under the gun calls this time, so we go heads up to the turn, which comes a 7 of spades. I'm still losing mostly to the same hands as before, so I'm gonna definitely keep betting here. Effective stack is 550, and there is a flush draw possibility in the board now. 200.
200, he said.
So I bet 200 this time, almost 2/3 of the pot. He quickly calls, and now I'm pretty sure I'm winning here. I don't think aces, kings or queens he would call that fast, 10s as well, so I'm pretty confident I'm winning at least for now. River is a king of diamonds, it doesn't complete the flush but there's an overcard to my hand. SPR is like 0.5, even less, so I'm pretty much committed to this spot, but I feel like if I shove, I'm mostly gonna get called by hands that are beating me, while if I check, I might open space for a missed flush draw, or any type of worse hands than mine to bluff. Under the gun seems to be pretty crazy and impatient. I decide to check and call if he puts me all in. So I check.
300, call.
He bets 300, I call. And he shows king queen of spades, floating me in that 10 deuce deuce flop, having a flush draw in the turn, and hitting a king in the river. It happens, nice hand. I buy in for 600 more. Next hand I'm in the small blind. Button straddles 10, I limp from the small blind with ace king suited. Hijack raises to $40, cutoff and button calls. I have $600 effective, and there's $127 of that money in this spot. I'm gonna definitely limp raise here. The question is how much, and as there is $127 of that money in the pot, and that's already like 20% of my stack, instead of call raising for 160 for example,
All in.
I decide to shove all in. I believe call raising or call shoving, both plays are reasonable. I decided to shove this time, hijack, cutoff and button fold, and I win the hand. And then this hand happens. I got jack 9 suited from the middle position, 2 limpers before me. I decide to limp and test the players in my left if they are gonna exploit me. And I got a pretty good hand, jack 9 suited. Other 2 limpers, until the big blind, who is the player that is raising 80% of the hands, raises to $70. Limper folds, and here I'm thinking about calling this $70. To be really honest with you, I think that's a bad call for my part. Even though his range is pretty wide, most of the times I'm gonna miss this flop, and I'm gonna have jack high. So I do believe the best play here is having patience and folding. But I'm a human being. I was kind of tilted with this guy because every time he was raising I didn't have nothing, and I wanted to play against him. I felt like I have a big edge over him. So after considering my options, I decide to call, but I make it clear that I don't like this call. I believe I should fold, and I believe you should fold in a situation like that. You gotta try to always be rational and patient inside the poker table. Taking things personal is never good, and I feel like I made this mistake right now, because in my opinion, jack 9 suited is a clear fold over a $70 raise. But I called, other 2 players call, so we go 4-way to the flop, which comes 3, 4, 4. I miss it completely, just as I will miss 66% of the times. Everybody checks. Turn comes a 5 of clubs. I check. Low jack bets 75, and I fold. Next hand I'm in the big blind with pocket kings. Under the gun raises to 15, 2 callers. I'm gonna definitely raise here. And as the table was really loose, and one of the callers was 2 of the craziest guys in the table, I re-raise a bigger sizing than usual. I make it 115, cutoff and big blind call, which is great. I just need to hit at least an okay flop, so I can win a pretty nice pot. But seems like today is not my day. Flop comes ace jack 5 with 2 hearts, and I have the king of hearts. This flop also favors way more my range than theirs. Remember that under the gun raise and cutoff and big blind just called, so I have all the ace king, ace queen here, aces. I have the blocker of the king of hearts, so I decided to keep betting here. I see bet 185, around half pot, in case they call. If a heart comes in the turn, I might keep betting. They both call, which is horrible Now I might turn it off even if a heart comes, which is not what happens. It comes at 8 of clubs. I check, pretty much giving up on the hand. Cutoff goes all in. Crazy loose player on the button calls, and of course I fold. Cutoff had ace 8, hitting an 8 in the turn, and most likely the loose player had an ace as well, but loses the hand and gets out of the table. So the biggest fish in the table is out. I'm kind of tilted because nothing is working out. So I decide to take a walk and maybe come back later. Man, there are days that nothing works out, and today was one of them. Right now it's 6:39 yet of a Friday, so I might play later today. Like, I just stopped playing because the fish at the table got out. I was mad. If I hit that flop, I'm gonna most likely get all my money back from that guy, especially if I hit a flop that he gets something of it. But some days nothing work out, and I'm not gonna go against the deck, you know. Seems like today is not my day. Maybe I'm gonna still play later. I'm just gonna clear my head, eat something, and then come back. That's an advice that I give it to you guys. If you guys are mad, if nothing is working out, maybe it's not your day, you know. Go home, do something you like, chill out. That there are many other days to come, and that's what I learned in the last 9-10 years that I play, you know. Every time I'm like this, I tend to lose more and more, so I'm not gonna go against the experience that I had, and maybe you guys should do the same. If I come back to play, you guys will check it out. That's the first time I'm here in Tampa. Love the game, love the table, pretty soft game, friendly. I was able to record without no one bothering me, so that was really nice. Everybody's gonna lose sooner or later. I've been going into a good run lately, so I lost 894 in 3 hours. Hopefully next session I'm gonna get them back. I clear my head, get something to eat, and come back to the game. Hopefully things will improve. I'm gonna play good and run well. Pretty much the first hand, I got ace queen offsuit from the cutoff, button straddles 10, middle position limps, clear raise here from the cutoff. I raise to 45. Button thinks for a long while before deciding to call. Middle position folds, so we go heads up to the flop, which is a pretty good one. Ace 9-9 with 2 spades. I don't have any spade in my hand. I'm gonna definitely keep betting here. I see bet 55. Button thinks for a while and decides to call. Turn is a blank, a 3 of hearts. If I was winning in the flop, I'm still winning in the turn. I'm gonna keep betting. Now I bet 115. Button calls again. Effective stack is 240. So SPR is pretty small. River is another blank, a 6 of hearts. I decide to shove all in. He quickly calls. I show the ace queen. It looks like you're Hollywooding the whole way, but I just have a good hand. And he shows 8-9 of clubs, having trips in the flop and winning the hand. Honestly, that's a pretty hard hand to escape, but I mean, some days is not your day, and honestly I feel that this was one of them. Nothing working out. I was impatient as well, mad, but those days are days that provides you great opportunities to learn, and I definitely learned this day, and hopefully you guys can learn with that too. Well guys, things got worse really quickly. That ace queen was literally the first hand, and one more opportunity for me to learn that when it's not your day, it's not your day, and for you guys too. Now it is definitely the end of this episode, and see you guys next time. Pretty tough session, but it happens. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned because there's a lot of interesting things coming in the next ones. Hit the like and subscribe to the channel. The mission of this channel is helping you become a better poker player, and see you next time.